Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon and good evening to all of the viewers from around the world. This is your host Vaibhav. For today's session of JForex Indicator Explained, we will be looking at a new indicator. The name is Alligator Indicator. This is quite a colorful name and this was the way even the maker of this indicator thought. He is a very well-known technical analyst who developed multiple indicators, and most of these indicators were named colorfully in a similar manner. So this indicator is actually giving us sometimes, not always, impression of a alligator with its jaw open. So that's why this indicator was named in a such a way, in such a manner. So let us now head to the JForex for the newly released trading platform to understand more about this indicator, the ways in which we can utilize this indicator, and also the possibilities of customization so that we have this indicator incorporated in our system of trading. Whatever ways you trade, you can always take the help of this indicator to look for opportune time to decide when to get involved for any trend, or to simply sit on the sidelines. With the EU50 index, I will change it to the well-known most used currency cross of Euro USD. All right, and here you can find this indicator in a very simple fashion by doing a quick search. Type in simply alligator, and here it comes. All right, the default parameters 13, 8, and 5 are being used. We have this indicator with a combination, and I will explain to you how this formation is made up of and how this system works. Now, these indicator, these three lines are simply the moving averages with the calculation period of 13, 8, and 5, which are cast into the future. So these values are cast into the future. So if we have this current value at the alligator jaw value is at 99 0.9970, so it gets cast into the future at three candle periods. So this 5 period SMA moving average, let me check which kind of moving average is being used. So here it is not given, mostly it is SMA. So 5 period SMA moving average is being cast into the future for three candle periods. The 8 period SMA moving average is being cast into the future for five candle periods, and this 13 period moving average is being cast into the future for eight candle periods. So this is being done in a Fibonacci ratio. This ratio of the combination is also in Fibonacci sequence, and this casting into the future is also in Fibonacci sequence. That is being done to at least some extent, not all the time it is going to work, but to some extent it tries to minimize the lag and give us idea of the possibilities ahead. Even though being a moving average based indicator, this indicator is of course classified as a lagging indicator, as a moving average will be formed after the recent price action has already unfolded. So this is going to average out the sharp moves on both the sides, but by casting its values into the future, it tries to overcome that shortcoming to some extent. And to what extent it succeeds, and to what extent it still fails, we have to get to that only by trying out various combinations and observing these values in multiple conditions. The use of this indicator is fairly simple. It gives you the idea of the trend as well as the strength of the trend. By strength of the trend, I mean whenever there is strong momentum on either side, we are going to have large difference between these values of jaw, teeth, and lips. We are going to have these three moving averages diverging quite far when we have sharp moves on either side, and when we have a consolidation phase unfolding in that kind of scenario, these values are going to converge, and if there is no strong move on either side, these are going to remain that way. So that's how we get to know if there is strong trend or not, and of course you can then take advantage of the system to go for profitable trading opportunities. Now its use, as I said, is very simple. We can go for confirmation of the trend by having this crossover system in place only when we have both the values, the alligator jaw and the alligator teeth above this alligator lip. We can be using it as a confirmation factor for classifying the trend to be bullish. And when we have both these alligator lips and alligator teeth below the alligator jaw. In that case, here we have values, both these values for alligator teeth and alligator lips, which are below alligator jaw. So we can classify it to be bearish. The momentum is classified as bearish, as these shorter term moving averages are below these longer term moving average, and vice versa is true for the bullish trend, where we have alligator jaw on the lower side and alligator teeth and alligator lips are on the higher side. And sometimes we are not going to have this much clarity. Sometimes it might happen that there is a difference, there is a interchange of these situations, and we might have this kind of situation where these values are trying to converge, and it is much difficult to draw a clear cut combination, clear cut idea of the trend of the indicator, trend of the underlying instrument. So this indicator to that extent helps us figure out strongly bullish or strongly bearish phases for the instrument of our choice. And if we simply put in the condition that the trade should be taken on the bearish side when we have the price action unfolding out of these three moving averages, I think that can be a good factor to catch trend while it still remains strong. And whenever the reversal is going to take place, first it will cross through the lowest moving average, and if we stop at that point in time for trading with the trend, we might be in a better position even if the reversal happens, or even if it simply goes into a consolidation phase. In both these scenarios, we are not going to be much at risk of being wrong. So only if there is a strong reversal, and we are going to spot it immediately. And when this confirmation comes in the opposite direction, we can again change our outlook and we can start trading with the trend. So that can be done. And here also, whenever the change is there, and as long as we keep trading with this outlook of getting for the entries, going for the entries only when we have the price action unfolding out of these above these all the three moving averages, we can still be betting on the right side of the trend, and we won't be getting into the crosshairs of the consolidation phase. As in consolidation, most of the time we see that the underlying instrument doesn't really go anywhere, it simply moves around in a very narrow range, and in that kind of scenario it is naturally difficult for us to profit by any significant margin. So that is one way to use this indicator. And also there are of course going to be multiple ways. You can always come up with new scenarios, you can always try out your own combinations which you are going to find are going to work out well for you, are going to help you figure out the opportunities to trade with. Now let us try out the combinations which are possible to work with, and we can make some changes. This combination, the input price of median price, and this calculation periods can be varied. Usually it is kept into the sequence of the Fibonacci, so you will have to get such combination in place if you don't really want to lose the touch of the founders or makers intuition But of course you can vary this combination also, but I would suggest that you do it in a Fibonacci sequence. And when it comes to the applied price, you can vary it as well. You can go for all these types of applied prices, and depending on that, you will have slight difference in the plotting of these indicator. As you can notice on this side, as I am changing these applied prices, we have this plotting of the alligator indicators output values fluctuating quite significantly. Okay, so I'm now going to restore it back to the median price. This combination, as I said, should be it's not necessity, but it is better to keep it in spirit of the maker. So let's try out a combination of 26, 16 and 10. You will have a lot more smoothing with this combination, as we have increased this calculation period. So because of that, there is going to be lot more stability, lot more smoothing of these output values, but the underlying concept is going to remain the same. Similar kind of signals are going to be generated. Only the difference is going to be that now the price action will have to be much more significant for any kind of reversal or any kind of confirmation to take place. But in its application, the use is going to be similar. So you have to determine what kind of combination of the calculation period is likely to work out for you, and that largely depends on the outlook of your trading horizon, what kind of trading horizon you are looking at. And if you are an intraday trader, then you will of course have to use a lower time frame combination for the calculation. If you are often more of a swing trader, then you will need a combination which is much more stable on a weekly time horizon. So it depends on that, what kind of time frame you are looking at, and accordingly you should be going for a combination which is going to help you on that sort of time frame. All right, so I am now again going to restore it back to the default combination of 13, 8 and 5. Now coming to the output, we can keep the color combination in same ways, or you can change it. I think this combination also looks quite well. If you feel like, you can always make changes. So let us just simply change this reddish line to something different, and let's try out a combination of styling. Most of other things, I think for me, are looking quite fine. If you want to increase or decrease the transparency, you can do that as well. Okay, levels, advanced. Levels, we don't really have any predefined levels for this indicator. It is going to be unbounded indicator, and the values are going to be simply derived using the underlying instruments average price. So we can't define any particular level for that. You can always add it for any kind of situational analysis if you feel like, but it's not really going to be much helpful as per my opinion. Coming to the advanced editing option, we get to fix the output of the indicator for current calculation period as well, or current candle period. If you want to do that, all you have to do is check this box, and we will have this output value remaining constant throughout the current candle period, even though this current applied price might keep fluctuating throughout the candle period. So it is being done to simply get a stable value to work with for the current candle period. All right. Highlight the time period zone. The time period zone can also be highlighted. So whatever is your calculation zone, it will be simply highlighted, and it will become much easier for you to keep it in mind. Calculate from custom data. The calculation can be customized further. You can use the instrument from the chart, or you can use as per your predefined criterion. So if you are using the instrument from the chart, whenever you change this instrument to say another instrument, you will have the indicator plotted for that instrument, and this indicator is going to work with almost all of the financial instruments available on this platform. So you can use it for any instrument of your choice, and it is likely to work well for you. You will get a idea, the sense of the trend, and that's how this indicator is designed. It is a simple indicator, simple to understand, simple to conceptualize, simple to apply, and equally simple to plot and draw the inference. Coming to the further customization, the candle period can also be customized. You can simply use it from the chart. Now that we have the candle period defined at 1 hour for the charting purpose, so the calculation period is also hourly. Each calculation period has been taken with the interval of 1 hour. So we are using the combination of 13 hours, 8 hours, and 5 hours simply because we have this hourly candle period defined. If I change the chart to 5 minutes now, this calculation is with the combination of 5 minute candle, 13 5 minute candles. So that means the time frame calculations time frame has been reduced in line with these charts candle period. But that need not be the case all the time. You can even customize this further. Even though the charts candle period is 5 minutes, if you want to use another time frame, say for example half an hour for calculation of the indicator, you can do that regardless of the charts candle period. You can always vary it, so that way also this indicator is going to work for you, work well for you, and you will be in position to figure out the trading opportunities with these combinations, varied combinations. So here, this is the indicator which has been calculated with a larger time frame for the candle period, but it is being plotted on this chart of 5 minute candle period. Okay. I will again restore it back to use from the chart. The side, spread side can be asked or bid. There is going to be minor difference, not much, depending on what kind of spread is there for the instrument of choice. If you want the indicator to be available on all the candle periods, you can have it, or else you can simply specify on which candle period this indicator should be there. So now that I have opted for 5 minutes and 15 minutes, we will have this indicator plotted for 5 minutes and 15 minutes, but not for hourly or any other candle period. So that's how this indicator can be further customized to, if you want to work with the situational analysis where you want to use multiple indicators on different time frames, you can use this combination. You can use to opt for the indicators used on a particular time frame, and on other time frames you can use another indicator. So that becomes helpful to make meaningful analysis, draw inference, and make the informed trading decisions. The base period can be any of these options. Let us see if we are going to have an impact on the output value, and that is not really happening. So we are not going to have any impact because of the changes in the base period for this indicator. All right. So guys, that's all from my side for today's session. If you have any query or any idea to share, you can write back to me in the feedback section, and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. For further coverage of the market developments, do check out the Dukascopy Analytics page. We are also available on the Facebook. You can reach out to us there too for trying out these tools available to you on this platform. I have also included the link in the bio, so give it a try and let me know how it works out for you. That's all from my side for today's session. So check it out and let me know how it works out. Thank you all for joining in. I'll be back tomorrow with new indicator, new combination. Do come back.